Peace. This is Waz Media back at y'all for another round. And fight fans, wow, we just witnessed potential fight of the year. Definitely going to end up a fight of the year candidate when David Benavidez took on David Morrell. This was a fight that was years in the making. I mean, they've been going back and forth talking for about the past couple years. But the time was right. They both moved up to 175, the light heavyweight division, which made them make weight comfortably, and they didn't have to, they didn't have to kill themselves to get down to 168. This was both men in their physical prime, and wow, they put on the exhibition that everybody knew it was gonna be. Man, this thing was fist and fury from the beginning. I mean, there was a lot of counter punching from Morrell. Morrell, as you've seen, I believe in the fourth round, staggered Benavidez. We never seen Benavidez get hit this much, and Morrell put on a tremendous performance. Peace to David Morrell. Incredible performance. I love the fact that after the loss, he said, "Oh no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still here. I'm still here." So that's great to see that this didn't shatter his morale, that he's going to be back. And with that type of mentality and with his skill, he's definitely going to be back. But this is an incredible victory for David Benavidez. We learned a lot about David Benavidez in this fight. We saw that he can take a punch, man, because David Morrell can crack. He can punch. And David Morrell caught him quite a few times. He even knocked him down. David Benavidez went down in the 11th round. Unfortunately, the referee took away a point for David Morrell for a punch after the bell. But, David Benavidez, an incredible performance. One of the things that we also saw about David Benavidez that was very impressive was his stalking ability. I mean, we've always known this, but albeit it may have been against lesser opposition, but for him to be on going up against somebody of his caliber, they're both A-class fighters, and for him to be the pressure fighter on a fighter that's his size with about the same amount of skill, he was pressuring him. And that's one thing about David Benavidez. Benavidez beats you not only physically, but mentally. He wears you down as he stalks you with that high guard and those short punches. Pop, 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 pop. He cracks you with these short punches. And they're very short but strong. Short, strong punches as he maintains his defense. And that led for so many problems for Morrell, because you saw Morrell had to fight on the back foot vast majority of the fight. And due to his background as a Cuban fighter, in the Cuban school of boxing, you're taught to fight backwards. So he was quite comfortable. But it's just, when you have a juggernaut like Benavidez just constantly coming forward, you throwing your best punches, he's taking them, but throwing back and coming forward still, that wears you out mentally. And you start to see that in Morrell, as Morrell just started to look after a while, in the later rounds, damn, he's not going away yet. He's not going away. I'm hitting him. I'm catching him with some flush stuff. He's just not going away. And credit to Benavidez, incredible body punching. He chops you down from head to toe. He'll hit the body, then come with a swift uppercut. He'll come with a swift uppercut, or he'll hit the body, come with a hook. He is just, man, he is fearless. He's a juggernaut, and an incredible victory to start off this 2025 boxing year. Now, this fight, being that Benavidez won this fight, this sets up a huge, major showdown with the winner of this, the next big fight night, which is brought to us by Riyadh Season, Turkey Al Sheikh and company, where we're going to get Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol Part 2. Their first fight was a great fight. Now, I'm expecting round 13. In other words, these dudes already, the filling out process is gone. They already hit each other with their best shots. So now part two, we're gonna see some fireworks in part two. That fight's coming up in a couple weeks, and especially with the timing that both fights, the Benavidez, Morrell, Benavidez, Bivol, both fights took place in February, so that means they're aligned for these winners from each fight to meet later on in this year. And we're looking at either Benavidez versus Beterbiev or Benavidez versus Bivol. Either match, wow, buckle up. Buckle up with whichever one of the combinations that we get, because that's going to be an incredible fight. Benavidez versus Beterbiev. It's going to be it's going to be the unstoppable force versus the immovable object kind of thing, where these two are just going to be in front of each other. It's going to be a war of attrition. Who can withstand whose punches more? And wow, that's going to be incredible. That's going to be incredible. Or even with a Bivol. Bivol will try to systematically chop him down with precise boxing. And he can take a punch. So it'll be interesting to see Benavidez stand toe-to-toe with Bivol and throw punches left and right, boom, 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 and see what Bivol does. But Bivol's an excellent boxer, great footwork, great jab, great 1-2. And, the jab is one of the best weapons in boxing because it works simultaneously, providing offense and defense, maintaining distance. So Bivol, we've seen him use that jab to perfection. So could the Mexican monster get inside with Bivol maintaining the distance? So those two fights will be great fights. So we'll see. The winner, Beterbiev and Bivol, will be fighting most likely Benavidez next. And an even other interesting matchup, you'll have Morrell probably taking on Beterbiev or Bivol, whoever loses that match. That will set up for another great match. So, yeah, the light heavyweight division has a big four that is really entertaining, highly skilled, and we're going to get some great fights out of those four. I'm Watts for Wise Words Media. Peace.